Hello everyone. We'll continue with our chapter that is reproduction in plants. We'll start with the topic that is vegetative propagation through underground stem. So the stems which grow under the ground. So there are 4 types under this. So let us discuss one by one. First is tuber. So in this what we can see, the best example is potato. If we keep potato for more than 1 week or 2, what we can see that the surface of the potato will protrude out, forming a small leaf-like structure which are known as eyes. So the eyes of the potato can give rise to a new plant. Next type is bulb. Bulb, the best example is garlic or onion. The layers which we can find in the onion, these are nothing but the leaves that had stored food, the leaves that had become fleshy, and we consume it. Now, how do the plants grow from such kind of bulb? What we can see at the bottom part of these structures contains a root-like structure known as adventitious roots, and just at the top of this structure contains a fleshy leafy structures that give rise to a new plant. Next type comes rhizome and corm. So in this rhizome and corm, what we can see, rhizome is nothing but these are also underground stem that mostly grows in a horizontal way. Like suppose this is a soil, the structure or the swollen stem that grows horizontally are known as rhizome. Okay, so this is a structure of turmeric. I think all of you know turmeric, that is haldi, in Hindi we call it. So turmeric contains a leafy, scaly leafy structure from where the buds arises, and from the buds a new plant arises out vertically, that is vertical to the surface of the soil. So this is a soil, so the stem grows horizontally but the plants that arises vertically. Okay, next type is corm. Corm is nothing but it is a semi-spherical structure. Those also contain scaly scars or scaly leaves that contains auxiliary bud through which a new plant arises out. Example are yam, okay, or that is crocus. So these are the example. Next topic is vegetative propagation through roots and leaves. If you have seen the structure of carrot, radish, so these are the structures which are nothing. This carrot, radish, these are nothing but these are the tap roots. These are nothing but these are the tap roots that had stored food in them and which we consume it as a food. So these tap roots, they also grow, they also the topmost part of these plants also give rise to new plants. Okay, now next type is the propagation taking place through leaves. The leaves, this is a leaf of bryophyllum, in which what we can see, the edges of the leaves have given rise to a new plant. Okay, so this way a single leaf give rise to many plants. So these were all types of natural vegetative propagation and the methods which nature suggests how to grow new plants. After that, coming to artificial methods of vegetative propagation. What are the artificial methods of vegetative propagation? First is cutting. In this method, what we can see that if we take a cut stem of a plant and if we put it in the soil, we'll see that from the cut stem a new plant arises out. So this can mostly be performed in rose plant. Okay. Next method is grafting. Grafting is a method in which there is involvement of two plants, two cut part of the plants. Here is one cut part of the plant and here is another cut part of the plant. So the plant which is present or anchored inside the soil is known as stalk, and the plant which we will be attaching to the stalk is known as scion. Now these two cut part are attached to each other and then they are wrapped with the help of a tape or with a cloth, and then they are provided with all the favorable condition. Now you can see that the part of two plants will give rise to a single individual. Okay. Next process comes layering. Layering is a very simple process which was, if you remember, was performed in the natural method also. But here what we are doing, we have taken a part of the plant and we have put it under the soil. Means a branch of a plant, long branch of the plant, and we put it under the soil. Now when the part will get a favorable condition, the nodes, from the nodes of the plant, from where the leaves arises, from that part of the plant the roots will start arising out with giving out a new shoot as well. So this is a layering process which can take place naturally and which can be taken which can be performed artificially as well. Next process is tissue culture. Now the name tissue culture is consists of two words, that is tissue and culture. Tissue means a group of cells, culture means growing. Okay, so here the plants grow by the help of tissue. So tissue means we can take, mostly this method can be performed in labs. So tissue, we can take the tissue from stem, we can take the tissues from leaves, we can take the tissues from roots. Any part of the plant can be taken and then it can be put in a favorable condition, provided plant hormones, water. If you provide this, then the tissue will start giving out new cells. Now this tissue will start dividing rapidly and will give out the similar type of cells. Means if we have taken root tissue, means it will give out root cells, will give rise to new root cells. Now this is known as callus. Callus is a group of undifferentiated cells. Means if we have taken root tissues, they will give rise to root cells. After some time, after some days, when this callus is provided with better plant hormones, then these callus will start differentiating to give root system and shoot system. Okay, now you can see we have taken only the root tissues, but from this root tissue we can grow the root as well as the shoot parts. Now a seedling can be seen, a small plantlet can be seen in the test tube or in the beaker. Now what we can do, we can take the plantlet and we can put it in the nursery for further growth. When the plant is ready to produce a new to produce their own food and to grow individually, independently, then we can transfer these plants from the nursery to the soil, to the field. And then what we can see, that from a simple tissue we can grow many plants. We are not dependent upon seeds for the growth. So here this is the process, these are the process which we can perform artificially, and tissue culture are now being performed to increase the number of plant, to increase the growth of the plant and to fulfill the demand of the growing population. Okay, so these all were the artificial growth, propagation, vegetative propagation. And next we'll be studying with, we'll continue with our sexual reproduction in plants.